The unexpected encounter. The massive research vessel drifted silently through the vast emptiness of the Orion Arm, its quantum sensors probing the surrounding space with meticulous precision. Commander Zara Holloway sat in the central command module, her fingers dancing across holographic interfaces that projected intricate star maps and spectral analysis charts. Her team of 20 specialized researchers represented humanity's most advanced deep space exploration unit. The International Cosmic Research Consortium, ICRC, had invested billions in this mission, a comprehensive survey of potential exoplanetary systems that might harbor intelligent life. Quantum anomaly detected, announced Dr. Victor Reyes, the ship's lead physicist. His voice was calm, but a subtle tension underscored his words. Spatial distortion approximately 0.3 astronomical units from our current position. Zara leaned forward, her cybernetic eye, a cutting-edge augmentation that could process visual data thousands of times faster than a biological eye, zoomed and analyzed the anomaly. Display full spectrum analysis, she commanded. The holographic displays shifted, revealing a complex mathematical representation of the spatial distortion. It wasn't like anything they had encountered before. The quantum signatures were simultaneously chaotic and mathematically precise, defying conventional understanding of physics. "It's not a natural phenomenon," Victor muttered, more to himself than to the crew. "These quantum fluctuations suggest intentional manipulation." Before anyone could respond, a sudden burst of energy erupted from the anomaly. The ship's advanced quantum shields automatically engaged, protecting the crew from potential radiation or kinetic threats. But this wasn't an attack, it was a communication. Strange geometric patterns began to form on their primary communication screens. They weren't random, they possessed an intricate, almost musical mathematical rhythm. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, the team's xenolinguistics expert, began rapid analysis. "These aren't just patterns," she said, her voice a mixture of excitement and disbelief. "They're a language. A complex, multidimensional communication method that uses quantum entanglement as its fundamental transmission medium." The geometric patterns continued to evolve, becoming more intricate with each passing second. The research team watched in stunned silence as what could only be described as a quantum message unfolded before them. Zara's cybernetic eye began processing the patterns, running complex algorithmic translations in milliseconds. "It's an invitation," she finally said, her voice steady despite the monumental implications. "Not a threat. An invitation to communicate." The alien communication suggested a desire for mutual understanding, a concept that seemed almost too perfect to be real. No aggressive posturing, no demands, just a pure, mathematical representation of communicative intent. Victor's hands moved rapidly across his console. "We need to respond. But how do we communicate through a quantum language we've never encountered?" Elena was already working on a response. Drawing from her extensive research in xenolinguistics and quantum communication theory, she began constructing a response that mirrored the aliens' complex, multidimensional communication style. "We'll use prime number sequences," she explained. "Mathematical concepts are universal. If they're advanced enough to communicate through quantum entanglement, they'll understand fundamental mathematical principles." As her fingers danced across the interface, she composed a response that was both a greeting and a mathematical proof, a universal language that transcended spoken words or traditional communication methods. The ship hummed with anticipation. Humanity had dreamed of this moment for centuries, first contact with an extraterrestrial intelligence. But nothing in their training, no simulation, could have prepared them for the reality unfolding before them. The quantum anomaly continued to pulse, waiting for their response. Humanity's first true interstellar conversation was about to begin. Global reaction and preparation. The transmission from the ICRC research vessel spread across global networks with unprecedented speed. Within hours, every major government, scientific institution, and strategic defense organization was mobilizing. At the United Nations Quantum Communication Center in Geneva, a hastily assembled team of the world's top scientists and diplomats worked around the clock. The quantum communication patterns received from the research vessel defied traditional understanding of interstellar communication. Dr. Rashid Khan, the lead quantum communication specialist, stood before a massive holographic display that showed the intricate alien communication patterns. "This isn't just a message," he explained to the assembled global representatives. "It's a complex mathematical dialogue that suggests a level of technological advancement we've never imagined." The Chinese delegation's representative, Minister Liu Wei, leaned forward. "Can we verify the authenticity of this communication? Could this be an elaborate hoax?" Victor Reyes, who had been teleconferenced in from the research vessel, addressed the concern directly. "The quantum signature is unique. These communication patterns require computational complexity that would be impossible to fabricate. This is real." Global military and scientific resources began to converge in ways never seen before. The traditional barriers of national competition dissolved in the face of this unprecedented event. The United States, Russia, China, India, and European Union nations began sharing research, technology, and strategic insights with an unprecedented level of cooperation. Strategic command centers worldwide recalibrated their approaches. This wasn't a potential military threat, it was a potential first contact scenario that required a unified, measured response. The ICRC research team continued to work on refining their communication method. Elena Rodriguez had developed a breakthrough communication protocol that used quantum entanglement as a transmission medium. It was a delicate dance of mathematical principles, quantum mechanics, and linguistic theory. "We're essentially creating a universal language," Elena explained during a global broadcast. "Not just a translation method, but a comprehensive communication framework that can convey complex ideas across potentially incomprehensible biological and technological differences." Technological innovation accelerated at an unprecedented rate. Research facilities that had been working on disparate projects now collaborated seamlessly. Quantum computing labs, advanced communication research centers, and linguistic departments formed integrated teams. The potential implications were staggering. If this communication could be sustained and understood, humanity might be on the brink of its greatest technological and cultural leap. Military strategists approached the situation with a mixture of caution and calculated openness. While preparing defensive strategies, they also recognized the potential for unprecedented technological exchange. General Marcus Rodriguez of the United States Strategic Space Command outlined the multi-layered approach. "We prepare for every scenario," he stated in a secure briefing. "Peaceful communication, potential conflict, technological exchange. But our primary directive is understanding." Quantum communication relays were rapidly constructed in strategic global locations. Massive antenna arrays capable of processing the complex quantum communication patterns were erected in remote locations across multiple continents. The research vessel continued its delicate communication dance, with each transmission revealing more about the potential alien intelligence. Mathematical proofs, complex geometric patterns, and quantum-encoded information suggested a civilization that communicated through pure intellectual exchange. Humanity stood at the precipice of its greatest adventure. The first truly global, unified response to potential extraterrestrial contact was underway. Technological breakthrough. The global scientific community worked with unprecedented intensity. Research facilities that once competed now collaborated, sharing every breakthrough in real time. The quantum communication patterns received from the alien civilization presented both a challenge and an extraordinary opportunity. At the International Quantum Research Facility in Bangalore, Dr. Priya Krishnamurthy made a breakthrough that would change everything. Her team had developed a quantum translation matrix that could begin to decode the complex communication patterns. "It's not just a language," she explained during an emergency global conference. It's a complete information transfer system that operates beyond our traditional understanding of communication. These patterns are simultaneously a message, a computational process, and a form of technological handshake. The translation matrix revealed something extraordinary. The alien communication wasn't just an attempt to send a message, it was an invitation to a shared understanding, a method of technological and intellectual exchange that transcended traditional concepts of first contact. Military and scientific teams worked in parallel. While diplomatic channels prepared potential response protocols, research teams began to unravel the technological implications of the quantum communication. Breakthrough after breakthrough emerged. Advanced quantum computing models developed to interpret the alien communication began revealing unexpected applications. Dr. Klaus Werner from the European Quantum Research Institute discovered that the communication patterns contained embedded technological blueprints. These aren't just messages, Werner explained during a global broadcast. They're essentially compressed technological knowledge. Each communication pattern contains layers of scientific and technological information that our current understanding can barely comprehend. The first practical application came from an unexpected source. A team of materials scientists realized that the quantum communication patterns contained information about quantum entanglement that could revolutionize energy production, computing, and communication technologies. Global energy research facilities began implementing the first quantum-derived technologies. Experimental quantum reactors showed unprecedented efficiency, generating clean energy with minimal resource input. Communication technologies began to transform, with quantum entanglement networks promising instantaneous, secure global communication. Military research teams approached the technological breakthroughs with a mixture of excitement and strategic caution. Each new discovery was carefully analyzed for potential defensive and peaceful applications. The research vessel continued its delicate communication process. Commander Zara Holloway and her team became the primary interface between humanity and this mysterious alien intelligence. Each transmission revealed more about the nature of the communication, a complex, intellectual exchange that seemed to value knowledge and understanding above all else. Governments worldwide began restructuring their research funding. Massive investments poured into quantum research, communication technologies, and interdisciplinary scientific collaborations. The traditional boundaries between scientific disciplines began to dissolve. Educational institutions rapidly developed new curriculum focused on quantum communication, interdimensional mathematics, and advanced communication theory. A new generation of scientists and researchers prepared for a potentially transformative moment in human history. The global response demonstrated humanity's most remarkable characteristic, the ability to unite, innovate, and adapt in the face of the unknown. What had begun as a potential first contact scenario was evolving into something far more profound, a potential technological and intellectual renaissance. As the quantum communication continued, humanity held its collective breath. Each transmission promised to reveal more about this mysterious alien intelligence and the extraordinary potential of their first true interstellar dialogue. The initial excitement of quantum communication began to give way to more complex challenges. As humanity decoded more of the alien transmission, subtle tensions emerged that threatened the delicate first contact scenario. At the United Nations Quantum Diplomacy Council, representatives from global powers debated the strategic implications of the ongoing communication. The quantum transmission suggested not just an opportunity for exchange, but potentially a complex set of expectations that humanity was struggling to fully comprehend. "We're dealing with a communication method that's simultaneously an invitation and a test," explained Ambassador Rajesh Nair during a closed-door session. "Each transmission seems to be evaluating our technological, intellectual, and cultural response capabilities." Military strategists became increasingly concerned. The quantum communication patterns contained subtle references to galactic governance structures that suggested a sophisticated interstellar civilization with complex diplomatic protocols. Humanity's relative technological infancy became increasingly apparent. Dr. Priya Krishnamurthy's translation matrix revealed increasingly complex layers of communication. The alien civilization seemed to operate under a collective intelligence framework that was fundamentally different from human hierarchical structures. Each communication was a multi-layered negotiation, a test of collective human capability. Tensions rose as different global factions interpreted the transmissions differently. Some saw it as a potential threat, others as an unprecedented opportunity for technological and cultural exchange. The research vessel remained the critical interface, with Commander Zara Holloway becoming an unexpected diplomatic linchpin. "We're not just translating language," Zara explained during a global briefing. "We're negotiating an entirely new framework of interstellar communication. Every transmission is a complex diplomatic dance." The quantum communication revealed hints of a broader galactic community, a network of civilizations bound by intricate technological and cultural protocols. Humanity's position was unclear. Were they being evaluated? Tested? Invited? Strategic research facilities began developing comprehensive response protocols. The quantum communication required not just scientific understanding, but a nuanced approach that demonstrated humanity's collective intelligence and potential. Unexpected alliances formed. Nations that had historically been in conflict now worked together, pooling resources and intellectual capabilities to understand and respond to the alien communication. The traditional geopolitical landscape began to transform. Military research teams developed advanced quantum defensive technologies, not as a threat, but as a demonstration of human adaptive capabilities. Each technological breakthrough became a potential communication point, a way of showing humanity's innovative spirit. The communication continued, each transmission more complex than the last. It became clear that this was more than a simple first contact scenario, it was a comprehensive evaluation of humanity's collective potential. As tensions mounted and possibilities expanded, humanity stood at a critical juncture. The quantum communication promised either an extraordinary leap forward or a potential conflict that could reshape human civilization forever. Commander Zara Holloway understood the weight of their mission. Every transmission, every response, could determine humanity's future in a potentially vast and complex galactic community. The turning point. The quantum communication had reached a critical stage. What had begun as a tentative dialogue now felt like an intricate test of humanity's collective capabilities. The alien civilization's transmission patterns had become increasingly complex, challenging human understanding at every level. At the International Quantum Research Facility, Dr. Priya Krishnamurthy made a groundbreaking discovery. The alien communication wasn't just a message, it was a multidimensional problem-solving challenge. Each transmission contained layers of scientific, philosophical, and ethical puzzles that required collective human intelligence to solve. "They're not simply talking to us," Priya explained during an emergency global conference. "They're evaluating our problem-solving capabilities as a species. Each communication is a complex test of our collective intelligence, creativity, and adaptability." The turning point came unexpectedly. A team of researchers from diverse backgrounds, a quantum physicist from Brazil, a neurobiologist from Japan, a cryptographer from Nigeria, and a systems theorist from Canada, discovered a breakthrough hidden within the quantum transmission. The alien communication contained what could only be described as a civilization-level challenge. It was a complex scenario that required simultaneous solutions in multiple disciplines: quantum physics, biological adaptation, social organization, and ethical reasoning. Commander Zara Holloway coordinated the global response. Research facilities worldwide began working in unprecedented synchronization. Universities, research centers, and think tanks formed integrated teams that broke down traditional academic boundaries. The challenge posed by the alien transmission tested humanity's most fundamental capabilities. It wasn't about technological superiority, but about collective problem-solving, creativity, and adaptive intelligence. Global communication networks lit up with collaborative efforts. Open-source research platforms saw millions of contributors from around the world adding insights, developing models, and working collectively to address the multidimensional challenge. Military strategists watched in awe as the response unfolded. This was warfare of a different kind, a battle of collective intelligence, creativity, and problem-solving capabilities. Weeks of intense global collaboration culminated in a breakthrough that surprised even the most optimistic researchers. The solution wasn't found through traditional scientific methods, but through a holistic approach that combined scientific rigor with creative thinking, cultural diversity, and collective problem-solving. The alien transmission seemed to pause, processing the human response. The global research team, led by Commander Zara Holloway, waited with bated breath. This was more than a scientific achievement, it was a testament to human potential. Dr. Klaus Werner from the European Quantum Research Institute summarized the moment perfectly: "We just demonstrated something extraordinary. Not our technological capabilities, but our ability to work together, to think beyond our individual limitations, to solve complex problems as a unified species." The quantum communication channel hummed with anticipation. Humanity had passed a critical test, not through individual brilliance, but through collective intelligence and unprecedented cooperation. As the world watched, the alien transmission began to change. The complex, challenging pattern started to shift, revealing something that looked remarkably like respect. Humanity had shown its true potential, not as a collection of competing nations, but as a unified, intelligent, and incredibly adaptive species. Mutual understanding and resolution. The quantum communication channel transformed. What had begun as a complex, challenging transmission now evolved into something entirely different, a dialogue of genuine mutual understanding. The alien civilization's communication revealed itself as a sophisticated test of collective intelligence. Commander Zara Holloway and her team now understood that the entire interaction had been a carefully designed evaluation of humanity's potential. Dr. Priya Krishnamurti presented the final decryption to the Global Research Council. They weren't looking for technological superiority, she explained. They were searching for something far more fundamental, a species capable of collective problem-solving, adaptability, and transcendent cooperation. The breakthrough moment came when humanity demonstrated an unprecedented ability to unite across cultural, geographical, and disciplinary boundaries. The alien civilization had been observing humanity's potential for generations, waiting for a moment of collective consciousness. Global leaders gathered in a historic United Nations session. The quantum communication channel remained active, now functioning as a bridge of understanding rather than a test of capabilities. Representatives from every continent spoke with a unified voice, a testament to the transformative power of the alien encounter. "We are not just individual nations," declared Secretary-General Amara Diallo, "but a single, interconnected species with extraordinary potential." The alien civilization's communication revealed a galactic framework of civilizations that valued collective intelligence over individual technological advancement. Humanity had proven itself not through military might or technological superiority, but through its ability to collaborate, adapt, and solve complex challenges collectively. Research facilities worldwide began preparing for a new era of interstellar communication. The quantum transmission contained not just communication protocols, but the potential for technological and scientific exchanges that could revolutionize human understanding. Commander Zara Holloway's research vessel became a symbol of this new era. The initial moment of uncertain first contact had transformed into a bridge of understanding between two intelligent civilizations. Dr. Klaus Werner summarized the profound implications: "This is more than first contact. This is humanity's invitation to a broader galactic community, not as conquerors, not as subordinates, but as equal participants in a complex, interconnected universe." The quantum communication patterns began to reveal additional layers of knowledge. Technological blueprints, scientific insights, and philosophical frameworks became available, gifts from a civilization that had recognized humanity's true potential. Educational systems worldwide began transforming. The encounter had demonstrated the critical importance of interdisciplinary thinking, collective problem-solving, and global cooperation. As the first quantum communication bridge stabilized, humanity stood at the threshold of a new era. The alien civilization had not come to conquer or dominate, but to evaluate and potentially welcome a young, vibrant species into a broader galactic understanding. Commander Zara Holloway looked out from the research vessel's observation deck. The vast emptiness of space now seemed filled with possibility, promise, and the extraordinary potential of collective intelligence. Humanity had passed its most significant test, not through individual brilliance, but through its remarkable capacity for unity, creativity, and hope.